بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Alhamdulillah, start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this time and the effort that we are putting to learn from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a good deed in the scale of the judgment day, inshallah ta'ala. So in our journey of the Arabic of the Quran, we learned about the words of the Arabic, and we have this chart. We always go through this, and we talked about, and this chart, as you know, that every day, actually every lessons we are using some part of this chart, inshallah ta'ala. Every day we're using what is a harf, what is a ism, what is a fail. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll dive into the fail later on. As we said, we're going to start with a ism, and in process of learning about ism, we are learning about some of the things about harf also. So we know about the status, number, gender, and type. But if you think that we have learned about the number and gender, but we haven't implemented that much. We just had few lessons. We know some of the things that are plural, some of the things that are singular and pair. The gender, most of the words are masculine. There are some feminine words. There are some ways to know about the feminine. Inshallah, today's lesson we'll see some of the implication of the number and gender, and also about the type. And type, as we say, something is proper, something is common, and most of the things are common. But there are 7 things that if you know about those things, these are the indication that this is proper. These are the things like pronoun, starts with al, and all these things, the pointers. These things are things that makes proper. Then we talked about the chart, our Muslim chart. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. What that chart mean. We have the feminine version of the chart. So we learned about all these things. Then we started, after we learned the word, we talked about fragments, and we said we're going to learn about 5 fragments. So far, alhamdulillah, we talked about 3 of them, and I hope that like me, all of you have have grasped the concept of these 3 fragments. And fragments, as I mention every time, fragments are less than a sentence but more than one word. So usually, so far we saw that 2 words come together, and they have a relationship between them, and that makes a fragment. The first fragment we talked about is idafa, the relationship in English, a word of inside it. So we use the 2 words come together, and we put an of between it, and there is some rule. The mudaf is the word before of, and the mudaf ilay is the word after of, and there is only 2 rules for mudaf, that the mudaf has to be light, and it cannot take alif lam, and mudaf ilay must be jar. Then we talked about, and these are the things that I'm just talking about. Then we talked about the pronouns, because pronouns are very, very related to mudaf ilay. Pronouns of 2 types. The independent pronouns that we say, just like in the surah we recited, huwa Allah allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy, all these things, the huwa, huma, whom, all these are independent pronouns. Then we have the attached version of the pronoun that could be nasab or jar. And we'll see some of the implication today also, inshallah ta'ala. After pronoun, we talked about the second fragment, the harf of jar. And we said there are only 6 that we're going to learn. This 11 we're going to learn, the bata, kaf, lam, wa, min, fi, an, ala, hatta, ila. And we saw the implication, the meaning of it, and I believe, alhamdulillah, every one of you know the meaning of it. Then we talked about the harf of nasab. These things make a word after it, not right after it, but maybe a few words after it. There could be some other fragments. It makes it nasab, like inna, anna, ka'anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla, and we know the meaning of this, and they're so common in the Quran. And inshallah ta'ala, after we learn these 5 fragments, you open up any page of the Quran, I guarantee you half of the page, or more than half, you will know by the meaning of harf of nasab, harf of jar, and the mudaf ilayh. You can indicate easily that this is what it is. And then once you learn the fi'l, inshallah ta'ala, it will be more than 80-90% that you will cover, inshallah ta'ala. Then we talked about this harf of nasab, and then we talked about some special mudaf, because these are the word that whenever you see this word, that will make the next word mudaf ilay. So these are special mudaf, and these are also very common in the Quran, like fawqa, tahta, qabla, ba'da, khalfa, wara, baina, hawla. All this word we learned about this one. So in today's lesson number 13, we're going to talk about the 4th type of fragments. So today we're going to talk about the 4th type of fragments, and inshallah next week hopefully We're going to do some more exercise on this type, and then in another Sunday we'll finish our 5th fragment, inshallah ta'ala. So let's talk about these are the words that we talked yesterday, special mudaf, and there's some five ismul khamsa they call. These are the 5 special words, and I will email you all the charts today, inshallah ta'ala. So today's fragment is called Mowsoof Sifa. Mowsoof Sifa in simple English language is mean noun and adjective. Okay, so we'll see some of the English example first, and then we will compare this with our Arabic Mowsoof Sifa fragments. Okay, and it is very easy. Just like mudaf ilay, there is nothing to memorize in these fragments. Okay, we just have to remember few rules. Okay, and then inshallah ta'ala it will be easy for understanding. So some of the English example, like handsome brothers. Okay, all of you are handsome brothers, alhamdulillah, right? So this is a adjectives and a noun. So both of them, and remember we said at the beginning that ism is also, adjectives also comes under ism. In English we have like noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, verbs. Okay, but in Arabic everything, all these things, adjective, adverbs comes under ism. So there are 2 isms here. One is describing the others. So brothers is being described by the other word handsome. So obviously it's an adjective. We can say handsome brothers. Okay, and if you look at these 2 words, also you mention one thing. If I say a handsome brother, so I don't put the S because it's a handsome brother, right? But if I put handsome brothers, like it's a plural, I make only one word plural, brothers. I don't say handsome's brothers. I don't say like this. Okay, in English it doesn't work like this. So only the noun becomes plural. Just like this one, a beautiful car. Okay, if I say beautiful cars, it's not beautiful cars. Not both of them are plural. Only one of them plural and one of them singular. Next example, hungry. Oh, sorry, I put it. Sorry, hungry Mustafa. He's always hungry. He's fasting. Okay, so that's also a Mowsoof Sifa, and also this is describing Mustafis. Okay, not our Mustafis, some other Mustafis. Okay, so hungry Mustafa, he's always hungry. Okay, so beautiful babies, same like this. Okay, so beautiful is describing babies. So all this word, smart girls, and also look at this, the beautiful babies and smart girls, and maybe the naughty boys. Okay, the girls and the boys, obviously these are masculine and feminine. So the girls is feminine, boys is masculine. Everybody knows that. But smart, does it masculine or feminine? It doesn't matter. You can say smart boys, smart girls, naughty girls, naughty boys. Okay, you can say that. So the adjective doesn't have any gender. Okay, the gender is in the noun. So girls and boys. So this is the English examples. But in Arabic, Mowsoof Sifa is a bit different than this. So when you understand the English example, now we can compare the Arabic part of it. In Arabic, there are a few rules. The beginning, the thing being described is called the Mowsoof, okay, and the descriptive word is Sifa. So basically the adjective is called Sifa. So in handsome brothers, the brothers are Mowsoof, and handsome is the quality, is Sifa. Okay, just like a beautiful car is Mowsoof, or a car is Mowsoof, beautiful is the Sifa. Okay. Now the thing being described, the Mowsoof will always come first. Okay. So in Arabic it's the other way around. So in Arabic, if we say handsome brother, it's not the right way to say. You should say brothers handsome. Okay. So the Mowsoof will come first. Okay. Beautiful car. So it's like car, beautiful. Beautiful babies. Okay. Babies, beautiful. Okay. So the word that we're describing, the noun itself, okay, in English noun, that will come first, and the Sifa will come later. Okay. That's it. If you look at the rules English, it's the same thing as I'm saying here. Number 3. The Mowsoof and the Sifa must match in all 4 properties in status. So that's the number 3 is the one that is not similar to English. This is the main rule basically. That 2 words, the 2 ism is coming together, and as we all know that how many properties an ism has? 4 properties. The 4 properties must match each other. And if the first word has 4 properties and the same 4 properties is the next word, then their relationship is called Mowsoof and Sifa. Okay, just like mudaf ilay has some rules, right? The mudaf cannot have al, and it has to be light, and mudaf ilay has to be jar. So in this case, Mowsoof Sifa, both words, all 4 properties has to be same. And now you will see that when you see a word, so you have to think, okay, what is the status of this word? What is the number of this word? What is the gender of this word? What is the type? Are they matching with the next word? If it matches with the next word, then their relationship is Mowsoof Sifa. and one is describing the other. So the first one is the noun, the second thing is describing the first thing. Okay, so inshallah ta'ala. And also it is possible to have the space between Mowsoof and Sifa, meaning in between Mowsoof and Sifa could be something else also. They don't have to be right to each other. Most of the time they are right to each other, but it could be something else also. It is possible that there are something in between them. Okay, in between them. That's what the number 4 means. So inshallah ta'ala, this is the whole concept of Mowsoof Sifa. This is the 4th fragment. We'll see some Arabic example, and next week we'll do more exercise from the Quran. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll pick up some phrases from the Quran. Today also we have something from the Quran, and then we'll try to identify whether they're Mowsoof or Sifa. Okay, so inshallah ta'ala, let's do some examples. Okay, Sadiqun, Salihun. So the first word Sadiqun, everybody knows what Sadiq means. Sadiq means the trustworthy, the truthful person. So Sadiqun and Salihun, what is the status of Sadiqun? Brother Tanvi, tell me, what is the status of Sadiqun? If you remember the chart, like Muslim, so what is Sadiqun? Is it the status? Is it Rafa, Nasab or Jar? Rafa. Is that like Muslimun, right? Is it the number, is it singular, plural or dual? It's a singular one, because if you remember now the chart will be very, very important. You have to remember the chart, okay? It is singular. Also, we get the number, the gender is? It's a masculine gender, because there is no sign of plural. Sorry, no sign of feminine. Because we remember when you learn about the feminine word, there are some signs, like the Tamar, Buddha should be there. It should be it could be fake feminine, or it could be the words from the story that we learn. None of them are there. So it's a masculine word, okay? And also the type, Sadiqun. Is there anything can it make it proper? No. So this is common. There's no al, it is not a pronoun, it is not a pointer. So everything makes it is common. So Sadiqun is common. So we know 4 properties of Sadiqun. Look at the word Salihun. It's the same thing. All the 4 properties match. Salihun also like Muslimun, Rafa, okay, and this is also singular, this is also masculine, and this is also common. So these 4 property matches with the 4 properties. So this is Mowsoof and Sifa, and Sadiqun, Salihun means, what is this meaning will be?
Sadiqun is righteous.
Yeah, righteous, okay. Or Sadiqun is like truthful, and Salihun is righteous. So what will be the translation of this phrase?
Righteous person righteous actually. So Mowsoof should come first.
So which one is Mowsoof here?
First one.
First one. Sadiqun is Mowsoof. So we should say, and this is number is 1. We say number is 1, right? So Sadiqun is a trustworthy person, or truthful person. So a truthful person who is righteous. Okay, so a righteous, truthful person you can say. Okay, so Sadiqun, Salih. Next one. So that's the description of it.
Here, can we say like Sadiqun is a person who is righteous?
Yeah, you can say that in translation that word. So as long as you are describing the other word, okay. So kutubun kabiratun. Kutubun kabiratun. So we all know kutub means. Kutub means books. Books. Okay, not book. Kitab is book. Kutub is books. Okay. So the kutubun is the Mowsoof, and it is Rafa, like Muslimun. Okay. And also it's feminine. Why it is feminine? Brother Manzu, tell me why it is feminine.
Broken plural.
It's a broken plural, because non-human broken plural. As we said in Arabic, there's nothing called it or this. There's nothing called it. It must be she. So it's a singular feminine. Okay, it's a singular feminine. Okay, and it is common because there's no al, it's not a pronoun, it's no pointers. It's common. That's why, because it's feminine, the next word that's describing kabiratun means big. It must be feminine. Okay, and that's why it's small. It cannot be kabirun. It must be kabiratun. And as you can see, the ta marbuta makes the kabiratun as a feminine word. Okay, so these 4 properties matches with the 4 properties of that. So that is also rafa, that is also feminine, that is also singular, and that is also common. So these 2 makes it, kutubun kabiratun is a Mowsoof. Yes.
So here it's if the word is kutubun, it is kitabun, for example, then it would be kabirun or kabiratun.
It will be it still will be, because kitab it will be kabirun, because kitab is not a feminine word.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a plural now.
Yes.
It's a broken plural. That's why it is kabiratun.
Kabiratun, yes. Because broken plural is a feminine. That's why. Okay, that's we have to make the other thing feminine. Okay.
So shouldn't we say that one is a plural instead of singular?
Which one does? No. Yeah, it is feminine. Yes. You know why singular? Because non-human broken plural grammatically is singular. Yes, like in reality it is kutub, books, but grammatically we point it as a singular feminine. That's why in Arabic, if we say they are big books, we should say she is big books. That's what they say it. Okay, she is big books, or she is beautiful buildings. Okay, so grammatically they are singular. Okay, but yes, in meaning it is books, lot of books, many books. Okay, more than 2 books. Okay, but actually it is feminine because non-human broken plural is considered as singular feminine. So that's why it is. Okay. Next one, let's do another example. Innakum. Okay, who can break this down?
Indeed, you want.
Brother? Yeah, inna means indeed. Yeah, and kum. Yeah. So what is this? Is it a Mowsoof Sifa? No. Why not?
It's
Okay. How many words are here? So break it down. 2 words. First word is inna. What is inna?
It is a harf.
It's a harf. It's not a ism. The Mowsoof Sifa has to be 2 ism come together. So the first way is gone. So the first category doesn't fit because inna is a harf of nasab. Harf of nasab. So kum is obviously the antum, the nasab version of antum. So innakum means definitely you. Okay, definitely you. So this is not a Mowsoof. This is not a Mowsoof Sifa. Okay, and this kum here is nasab. It's not jar because inna is the harf of nasab. Okay, so this is not a Mowsoof. Okay.
And also the Mowsoof should come first.
Yes, the Mowsoof should come first. Okay. Qawlan thaqila. No? Inna salunki qawlan. Which surah has this? You know this? Which surah?
Surah Insan. Surah Insan. Surah Dahar.
Surah what?
Dahar. Insan.
No.
Muzammil.
Inna salunki. Yeah, Muzammil. Yes. Yeah, ayyuhal muzammil qum al-layla illa qalila. Okay. So qawlan thaqila. So is this Mowsoof Sifa?
Looks like.
Yes, it looks like that. It is. So what is qawlan means?
Speech.
Speech. And it is which status is it?
Nasab.
It's a nasab. Also the next word sakila means heavy. Heavy is also a nasab here. Okay. Now are they feminine? No, none of them are feminine. There's no sign of feminine here. Okay. Also, so they're masculine. Are the number singular? Yes, the number is singular. We cannot say they're plural. There's no sign of plural also. Okay. And both of them are common. They're not proper. So qawlan thaqila means heavy speech, heavy words. Allah is saying to Rasulullah that he's going to reveal a heavy speech on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. So this is singular, masculine, and common. Okay. So that's one. I think I have one more. Okay. Al-qawmu dhalimina. Al-qawmu dhalimina. Brother Mustaq, tell me what is al-qawmu means? Qawm means generation. Nation. Okay. So al-qawmu, is it rafa nasab or jar here?
Rafa.
So rafa. Okay. What is the number of it?
Al. So
No, al makes it proper. Okay. So we have to find out the number and gender. What is number?
It's a special.
Yes, ism jama.
Ism jama.
There are 3 words we learn ism jama.
Yes.
Qawmun, qarnun, and nasun. So this is actually plural. This is plural. Okay. So this is special type of plural. There were 6 types of plural we learned. One of the last type is this one. Okay. So qawmun is one of the types plural, and this is obviously it considered as masculine because it's plural. Okay. Some people say feminine also. That actually it's a masculine word here. The word is still masculine. Az-zalimuna, like muslimuna. So muslimuna, if you remember the chart, muslimuna is the last one on the plural column, and this is also rafa. So al-qawmu, because the mu it makes it rafa, and az-zalimuna makes it rafa. So this is also Mowsoof Sifa. And what is the meaning of it? Brother Zahid, what is the meaning of it?
The nation of
Criminal nation.
Yeah. Like zalim nation. Yeah. The zalim nation. Da, you have to use the da because there's al in both of them, so the zalim nation. Okay. Okay. This one. Fi madrasatin kabiratin. Brother Rubair, tell me the first part. Fi madrasatin. jar, good. So it should make the next word jar. Is it next? Is the next word jar?
Yes.
Good. But next word is heavy. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter. So fi madrasatin, these two, the fi and madrasatin make jar and majroor, right? Jar and majroor, because it fulfills all our conditions. Because we know bata, lam, mean fi. Fi is one of them, about 11 words. So fi is making madrasatin jar. So that's fine, jar majroor. Now madrasatin kabiratin.
This one is
Mowsoof Sifa. Why? Because both of them are jar. As you can see, madrasatin, kabiratin, both of them are jar. Both of them are feminine, because very easy to find feminine. Both of them finish with ending tam or buta. Okay. Also, they are singular, and also they are common here. Okay. So this is also fi madrasatin and this one. I think I have only these examples for today. So inshallah we'll do some more exercise next Saturday, and we'll have more practice, and then we can have the next Sunday we'll have the inshallah our last fragment about the Islam, and then we can go to the new lesson. Any question on this Mowsoof Sifa, brothers? Anybody has any question? Brother Manzoor, any question? All good, clear? Okay. All good? Jazakallah khairan. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.